There is a word that we really rarely ever heard for decades, and now it is showing up everywhere. And it is showing up on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter. It's showing up literally on all our social media platforms. And in a way, it's almost yeah, if you're paying attention, it's almost like the tsunami wave of attention. And some of us are thrilled that it's finally up for discussion because it's been in the wings the whole time. Others are wondering what all the fuss is about and when it's all going to, pass by. When is this discussion going to subside? Well, the reality is it's probably not, because it's so super relevant to so many people. And actually, it's really important that we stay attentive and pay attention and lean in and see what we can learn. So that word is the word trauma. And not one of those peachy, cushy words that we love to think about, and yet it actually affects so many people. And it doesn't matter whether you are a doctor, whether you're a therapist, whether you are a massage therapist, a craniosacral therapist like myself, an energy healer. It doesn't matter what your arena is. It doesn't matter if you are working at a building site, if you're teaching, if you're a business person. This word is relevant, and if it's not relevant to you personally, it is going to be relevant to someone in your inner circle. Either a friend, a partner, a brother, a sister, a co-worker. In fact, trauma is probably one of the most prevalent elements and least understood elements that has one of the biggest impacts of any word we could think of right now. And it is beautiful that it's actually coming up and that we're able to talk about it. So if you find yourself hearing that word more frequently than you thought you ever have, and you wonder why this is coming up so much, it's because it's been really clearly shown now that trauma, early trauma, especially childhood trauma, is behind so much of our physical well-being, our mental and emotional well-being, and even our behaviors. And so it becomes relevant even in the workplace, because we don't really know always what we are reacting to, but also what our co-workers are reacting to. And at home, what is our partner actually reacting to? What is this, what are the emotional behaviors that we're seeing? And why is it we don't seem to be able to move forward and to actually get beyond them, even with all the best efforts? Once you have an understanding of early trauma, all of a sudden the light bulb comes on and we go, oh my gosh, right? Everybody's nervous system, everybody's sense of not only how important they are, their sense of belonging, their sense of love. Am I loved? Am I safe? And am I wanted? All of these and more are formulated in the first years of life. All of these concepts, all of these beliefs that we carry with us. And it's not just even family trauma, although that's huge. It's an incredible amount of it. And it could be anything from things that we sort of think of as normal, like anger, or substance abuse, which is too common, it's too prevalent. Anything from that to obviously what we think of as more often is physical abuse or sexual abuse or emotional abuse. But it can also be circumstantial. It can be living through really traumatic experiences and having that imprint really make a big effect. And also separation, divorce, and so on and so forth. So it's a really broad spectrum that's covered by the word trauma. It's really, really, really relevant for our whole society because it formulates the blueprint, the belief system, and the emotional patterns that we are all walking around with. And ultimately, it's relevant to world peace. So even though we're hearing the word a lot, no matter whether you are in the healing arts or the therapeutic arena like myself, or whether you're a person who's going around in your business life, your work life, your family life going, I'm kind of noticing that these patterns of behavior seem to have an earlier root, and that earlier root is so frequently early childhood trauma. So it's actually great that this discussion is up. It is kind of coming like a tsunami wave, so you are seeing a lot on social media, and it's actually really important to stay tuned, because if it's not you that's affected, it will be somebody that is in your circle, because it is that prevalent. So this is just an encouragement to be spacious and to stay engaged in the conversation, because once this becomes normalized and once we understand the dynamic, not just those of us that are working in this field, but also general public, then the conversation will soften and we will have that insight just available as part of our knowing. And right now, it's kind of the tip of that wave. And so don't switch off when you see the word trauma. If you can, try to stay attentive and lean in and see what you can learn, because it may be that not only can you change your own life, but you can also help support the lives of people that are close to you and that you care deeply about. Thanks for tuning in. So much love and aloha. Namaste.